Hello my friends, welcome to another bookshelf tour. I know I literally just posted one, but for some reason I didn't include my shelf that has my manga and my classics and my favorites. I do have a shelf that is just dedicated to all of my favorites. For some reason I didn't include this in my other bookshelf tour, but I mean it's an extra video, so I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys have any questions, be sure to leave them down below. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. It does really help me. I know some people get tired of hearing those things, but it does really help us out, so if you can. I do have these books here, and they're just like a collection of books that I read a long time ago. They're like a mismatch of contemporary sci-fi books that I just know that I'm not going to be reaching for anytime soon, and I just thought they would look better without their dust jackets and kind of like color-coded, like all of my colors and then all of my blacks. I just think personally it looks great, so I've just left it there. And let's get on with the bookshelf tour. I'm not gonna stay here long, but I do want to show my Dumbledore with his broken glasses and a Philosopher's Stone that I think I got in like a book box. So yeah, that's basically it. If you aren't new to this channel, then you know that Addie LaRue is my favorite book of 2021, favorite book of all time. Like, it's definitely not. I haven't known her for long, but she means the world to me. As you can see by my various multiple copies of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I also have like the French version, which is stunning. Actually, I do think I want to show her off just because she is that stunning. But before we do, let's take a look at the other favorites that I have on this shelf, because obviously I don't have enough Addie copies to fill up an entire shelf. So these are a few of my other favorite books. We have, I feel like no one talks about this book, so if you've read this, please let me know, because I actually really do love this book and I've actually been meaning to reread this. So yes. And then of course, the Daisy, like come on now. Yep, I think I've read this like 4 times or 5, I don't even know. I did DIY the edges as well, just because I feel like it deserved that special treatment. And I just love how it looks. I love the tabs. I love everything. Every single thing about this book, I love. We also have the astonishing color of After, which I also feel like nobody ever talks about. And I am planning on reading this soon, so stay tuned. But yeah. This is a recent favorite. Hi. Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. This is a book that took me by surprise. I had no idea this was going to mean as much as it does to me now. But yeah, I absolutely loved this book and it deserves more love from BookTube. I don't really talk much about this, but I do love Van Gogh, and this was a gift from a friend. And it's basically, it takes us through all of his paintings and like the stories behind it. And it also talks about the paintings and the meanings, and it made me love Van Gogh so much more. And it also made me love my friend a lot. So this was a very beautiful gift, and yeah, I just love it a lot. If you saw my previous bookshelf tour, then you know that the Song of Achilles was like in a bottom shelf. I decided it was time to give it its proper placement in my favorites shelf, so there we go. And then here we have my black copy of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. And then we have... So this... Okay, anyways, this is the stunning anniversary edition that my friend Vanny gave to me as a surprise. It is quite literally stunning. It has beautiful end papers, and it's also signed by V.E. Schwab, and I just love it so much. I love it. Here we have a candle that came in an Addie LaRue box, and yeah, I have not opened it because I never want this to end, but it does smell amazing. And this came in the PR package that I received for the Addie LaRue ARC. I cannot believe I have an ARC of my favorite book of all time. Okay, that also fell. This also came in the PR package, and it's just like a little, you know, a little thing. I forgot the name of this. This is a traveling thermos that came in the book box. It says books she has found are a way to live 1,000 lives or to find strength in a very long one. And on the other side, it says Last Word, which is the bookshop where Addie meets a certain Henry. This is the French edition, and it is actually quite stunning. It's really beautiful as that, but the thing that makes it stunning is that when you take this off, it's her. You know what I mean? It's her. And this book is made even more special by the fact that all of my friends that were with me in France, they wrote little messages inside of the book. So it just, yeah, it's like, it's amazing. It's everything to me. These are other knickknacks that came inside of the book box. This is like to hold the page when you're reading a book. Okay, it's stuck in my finger. Then we have pins. This also came in the book box. This is a key, and if you know, you know. This came in the PR box as well. That PR box came with so many knickknacks. I loved it. This is another story with a quote. This is the ARC that I read. This is the original. Yeah, I desperately need to reread this book. Oh my god. Yep. This is the final copy of Addie LaRue that I have. I think this is the Owl Crate edition. Do not quote me on that. Oh my god. Yeah, it's just stunning. It's stunning, yes. This is like a book club that Books with Chloe and Spencer had together, and we were invited to do a live show for a book that we read. And this is a postcard that was sent to me by Chloe, and yeah, it's a frame, but it's like glass and it's connected by these magnets. And this is a stunning fan art of Addie. This also came in the book box, and it was like a room spray, and it was called Journey to the Afterlife. This I did use. It is empty, but I loved it. It was everything. This is my classics shelf, and this isn't all of the classics books that I own, just because I don't like putting the ones that I haven't read on display yet, because then it's hard for me to distinguish which ones I have and haven't read. So yeah. Also, it feels great to finally be able to put the book that I read on the shelf. I have like these 3 beautiful, stunning editions of Dracula, Frankenstein, and Phantom of the Opera. Frankenstein, of course, being my favorite. Hi, hello, look at this. Oh my god, amazing. Honestly, I kind of want to show all of them off because they're so beautiful. I'm sorry if this is annoying to you, but like, look at these. I kind of wish Dracula would have been a bit better. I was bored most of the way, but look at this cover, like, come on. And then we have Phantom of the Opera. Wow, look at her. This one is another copy of Frankenstein, and this one is very special to me. I was actually included in the book. Like, I have my review of Frankenstein is inside of a book. It's here. And yeah, this was like an insane moment. And yeah, that means a lot to me. I don't know if you know, but I actually read War and Peace earlier in the year. It's, yeah, that happened. That very much did happen. It's still very floppy. It's still very heavily annotated. It's still stunning. Yeah, if you didn't know, I did read War and Peace earlier. I don't really like to talk about it a lot, but yeah, I read War and Peace. I do have my little diagram here. I love them. Gotta love them. I think my sister bought this when she went to Italy. I have no idea. I just found it and then I just took it as my own. Thank you. I know technically The Secret History is not a classic, But okay, what is up with these tabs? Oh my god. But anyways, I do love this book a lot, and I would recommend it. I do want to reread this. Apparently I want to reread a lot of books now, but yeah. This is my little skull friend. I love him, makes me feel alive, no pun intended. And then these are my penguin classics. I have, of course, my all-time favorite classic, The Picture of Dorian Gray. Probably one of my most heavily, wait, actually there's War and Peace, but yeah, this is one of my most heavily annotated classics. Yeah, it's stunning. I love him. I love every single thing about this book, and I will never shut up about it. Jane Eyre is also one of my all-time favorites. Wuthering Heights and Pride and Prejudice. Moving on to my first manga shelf. Hello, why is this like that? Come on. We have people over. This is my first manga shelf. As you can see, I have 3 series here. I have my Demon Slayer manga. I have 1 through 14. There are 23 volumes, so I'm still missing quite a few. I'm missing 9 volumes, I think. Yeah, don't quote me on that. Then I have the first 3 of Spy Family, and then of course, Jujutsu Kaisen. We have Gojo and volume 0 on display because volume 0 was so hard to get my hands on. So when I finally did, it kind of felt like a fever dream. So I kind of need to see it every day to know that I wasn't bamboozled, basically. I do have Sally here just because I love her and I feel like she deserves everything. And I do have these 2 cards that I got in a book box, and I just like the vibe of them, so I just have them there. This is my second manga shelf. I do have a random fake plant here because I feel like it adds a little life to this shelf for some reason. I do have my Levi Funko Pop. Even though I don't collect the Attack on Titan manga yet, maybe I will, but Levi, I'm sorry for being basic, but he is my favorite character in Attack on Titan, and just having a Funko Pop of him gives me so much serotonin. Like, it pumps it right through my bloodstream, and I love him. I love him, okay? This is my Junji Ito collection. I think a lot of people's first Junji Ito book is Uzumaki, and that was my case as well. And then I just slowly started collecting all his other works. Remina and Sense are like his latest releases, and I really enjoyed them. But there's just something magical about these first 3, and also Dissolving Classroom, amazing. I think these 2 are the ones that I've read the most recent, and I loved them. Like, the level of psychotic and just horrific things that came to this man's mind as he was writing these, astronomical. Then I have my Tokyo Ghoul manga. It's not complete, and honestly I don't know if I want to complete it. Like, of course I'm already halfway there, but I don't know. I'm not like 100% committed to the story. Then I have Orange Volume 1 on display. I haven't been able to find Volume 2 anywhere. I feel like it's sold out and I just cannot find it. I also have my Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on display because I love that game. I've spent, I think, over 300 hours or 400 hours playing that. Like, why not display it? It's such a beautiful game. Owl How to Ride, I thought I wanted to collect it, but it's actually really hard to get the other volumes just because they're sold out literally everywhere. So it's very exasperating. It's very frustrating because I want to collect them, but they're sold out everywhere. So yeah. And then with Blood on the Tracks, I got this because I saw this video that said that this is one of the most twisted or one of the most distressing manga that they've ever read. I read the first volume and then I continued reading it online. I think I reached volume 6 and I couldn't continue. I really hated the story. It just made me feel very icky. It does have like a mother-son twisted relationship, if you know what I mean, and I just did not want to be a part of that. So I just DNF'd it. I DNF'd it for my mental health. I DNF'd it because I was losing too much hair. So yeah, this is where I store my Full Metal Alchemist Full Metal editions. I have volumes 1 through 15. I did get 16 recently, but I haven't read it yet. so it's not there on the shelf yet. I do have my Roy and Al and Ed Funko Pops, and I love them. So they're literally my 3 favorite characters, and I love that I have Funko Pops for each of them. It's just everything to me. It's so good. These are my Death Note manga, and I love them. I think this was the very first manga series that I completed, and it was everything. I loved it so much. And then here it's a solo volume of Fullmetal Alchemist. This is probably my very first manga. My friend gave it to me, I think it was like 2014, and he was like, hey, I just came back from the States. I saw this and I thought you might like it because of course I've been talking about the anime for so long, so he was like, hey, maybe you might like the manga. Even though I don't collect these editions, it just means a lot to me that my friend would get me a manga. Like he was in the States and he was thinking of me and he bought this for me. It meant a lot. So I'm never getting rid of this. It just feels special because it is. That's it. Those were all of my books in my mini bookshelf. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all so very much. Remember to like and subscribe and comment and turn on the notification bell if you can. And yes, thank you all so much for watching. I love you all so very much, and I will see you next time. Bye!
Hey Jimmy, you nice, keep going.